Mistaken identity happens a lot with assumptions around my sexuality.
The assumptions that they make is that I'm Christian.
They assume I was either born or raised here.
A lot of people think that I'm like a straight, like bro kind of guy.
The assumption is that you fit in these two boxes.
All stereotypes have some truth to them, but you shouldn't assume that it represents the whole population.
My name is Brian McKinney, and I identify as a queer trans man. I'm from Philadelphia. I'm a fifth-year architecture student here at SU.
Hola, me llamo Isabela, estudio antropología y ciencia forense. Nací en Buenos Aires, Argentina. Crecí y vivo en Chile.
Hi, my name is Khadija Peak. I'm from Albany, New York. I'm a senior in communications and rhetorical studies and a minor in marketing, and I'm Muslim.
My name is Mike Butterfield. I live in Syracuse. I've grown up here my whole life. I'm a senior aerospace engineer, and I identify as a gay man.
I get two assumptions made a lot. It's either straight white male or gay white male. Like, there's no variance in the male part, and so I don't think trans crosses people's minds at all, if ever.
I'm happy with the fact that people don't automatically think I'm gay when they first meet me, because as much as it does suck, a lot of the time when people meet gay men, they make a whole bunch of assumptions about them automatically and kind of associate them with different like stereotypes, and sometimes I think a lot of those stereotypes are associated with weakness.
When people first see me or meet me, they just assume I'm Asian. Well, I look Asian, and that I was born and raised in the United States. Most
of the Black community is Christian. So a lot of the values and just behaviors and things that a lot of African Americans grow up with, I didn't grow up with that. I grew up with different values.
I work with my straight friend, and since we're roommates, we always are like going to work together and things like that. So everyone at work, I was always joking that we're a gay couple together because they think we're both straight, so they think it's okay to make these jokes all the time.
I was walking home at night with two friends. This was after partying on a weekend, and these two guys come, and one of them just says, "China."
Someone I worked with actually, like, after everyone had gone, we were like joking around, and she called us effing fags to our face to joke around, and like she was completely joking, but at the same time it was like I don't know if that's okay to say.
I responded in Spanish, and that's when they were really, really surprised, and the other one was just like really shocked, and the other one tried to sort of like calm him down and tell him to just like be more polite.
We went out to hang out with our friends. None of them knew my situation, and I was assumed as male. I had started hormones like the month before. We were talking about high school sports, and I played for two ice hockey teams in high school. One was my high school boys varsity team, and I was the only female on that team, and I was the captain. To say that as a male, it's just like, oh, he was really good, like, you know, one of the guys, blah, 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 blah. But to say that as a female-bodied person is a totally different context.
At times, I don't see eye to eye on certain things with, you know, other African Americans, even though we share the skin color. And a lot of people would think, oh, well, you know, and that should make you guys very compatible, and that's not the case.
Talking about high school experiences and your childhood and all that kind of stuff, those assumptions around your body and your presentation get made, and you can't relay the truth of those stories without coming out.
When I'm in a group of people and they don't know that I'm Muslim, sometimes jokes will come about, and then when I say, oh, I'm Muslim and that's not true, they'll be like, oh, okay. But then other times people have actually argued with me, and it's like, God forbid you listen to the person who's been practicing Islam for like 20 years of their life, as opposed to something you've gotten off of Fox News.
The media in the United States underrepresents Asians or minorities in general.
The media's portrayal of the different types of Muslims or the different ethnicities that Muslims can be, it is really one-sided. So a lot of the times, a lot of people think it's Middle Eastern or Arab, Indian.
Like me, just like an Asian who didn't grow up in the United States and didn't come straight from Asia, that's not really represented. And I really don't think that's a good thing because it's just not accurate.
I've seen anything from Latino Muslims, white Muslims, black Muslims, a lot, and nobody really sees that side. They only see the Middle Eastern.
A lot of people just assume that all this diversity and immigration tends to occur in the United States or in Europe, but it's actually very common. There's a huge Asian population in Chile.
There's a lot of shows that kind of portray like gay men as very like flamboyant, feminine, like Modern Family.
Then there was the whole shebang with Chaz Bono being on Dancing with the Stars. And the focus was around why he was famous, not as Cher's son, but because he transitioned. And that's why he was in the news.
Having to just introduce them in like a comedic environment in order for them to be accepted is just a little disappointing.
So on one hand, it's great that there's representation. On the other hand, you have to do it responsibly. And I don't know if that was the case.
People don't usually see that, maybe in the media, or they don't have the chance to encounter that in person, so it doesn't occur to them. It's a surprise.
I mean, the media is a business, so they're trying to get numbers and people to watch them, so they have to put these skewed images, but at the end of the day, it's only detrimental to our society. It only divides us, because if you have people who fear what they don't understand, and you're only feeding that fear and feeding into the ignorance of those people, then nothing's ever going to get better.